Hey, how's it going? Hey, from Gruxton here. This is just an unedited, off the cuff video. So, not perfection, but I just want to get this out real quick. So, as some of you may have known, yesterday I uploaded a video on the Intellivision Amico, a new console, kind of pushed by Tommy Tellerico, but, there's a company behind it, a lot of people working on it. And, upon further reflection and from the comments, including from Tommy Tellerico, that video is not the way I would make it if I were to make it today. First of all, I got some things flat wrong, so I just want to say real quick, Tommy, I've seen you in the comment section of other Intellivision Amico videos. Keep doing that. You're doing great. Because you throwing me that unlisted video changed my whole mindset on the attacking thing. Because in the Pat the Nest Punk video, I bumped my microphone. In the Pat the Nest Punk video, and I don't know if it was intentional on their part. I think it's just miscommunication. When they showed your tweets and they talked about it, to me it seemed like attacking. But hearing you clarify what you meant, I'm like, oh yeah. I can totally see where Tommy's coming from, and seeing your, I watched your interview, or I listened to your interview with Tech USA. That's where I kind of his video on it. It's kind of where I first found out about it. And I also watched your, I apologize, I can't remember the name of the podcast, but believe on the Intellivision channel, there's a video about where you passionately talk about it, and that, linked to another podcast. The full episode of said podcast where that clip came from, and I listened to that too, and I liked what I was hearing, and that's why I totally wanted to make this video. The video that came out yesterday was very negative, and first of all, went into a mindset that I'm like, all right, this video probably gonna get heavily attacked, a lot of dislikes. In my head, I first saw a lot of unfavorable comments. So that was part of the negativity. Plus, I went into it believing that Tommy Tellerico is, all over the interwebs attacking Pat the Nest Punk, can't handle criticism. Then again, like I said, in that unlisted video he posted, that really changed my mind. Tommy, you know how it is, well, everyone knows how it is. Text on the internet can't always convey the context or the emotion. Hearing Tommy describe what he meant, again, it clicked in my head. So, the whole idea of Tommy attacking Pat and Ian, I don't believe that to be true at all. Hearing him clarify that really changed my stance on it. And, in this video, my goal is to explain why I made that video, the things that were wrong with it, and aside from the attacking part, and I'm rambling a bit, I don't got the magic, edit Audacity audio and get it going good, But, I'm trying not to repeat myself too much, guys. So, pondering and reflection on it is part of it too. Because again, there was a time where I was a lot more favorable to the Amico, and I'm closer to that mindset today than I was yesterday. Tommy Tellerico is a person. I think he's a good guy, and you know what? He didn't attack Pat and Ian, but even if he did, I would understand where he's coming from, But he didn't. Again, he did not attack him anyway. But Tommy Tellerico is a guy, and I can understand this greatly. He has this passion. He has this goal. He has this thing that he wants to manifest this thing into society. And when any misinformation or people who you feel like they don't get it, that is going to anger you. That's going to be annoying on your part. You're busting, you're working hard, trying to get this thing boofed into society. And then these people on this podcast, they brush it off. Especially in the first one, the first time they talked about it, they brush it off, they misrepresent, they get some things wrong. I understand why that's going to make you angry. And for me, I apologize for the misinformation I put in that video. It wasn't intentional. I never want to be some smalmy guy talking into a microphone. We've all seen those people who day after day, whether on Facebook or whatever, they just put out nonsense that's easily debunkable. You know, I don't ever want to be that guy. The day I'm that guy is the day I should just hang everything up. So, I apologize for misinformation, and I'll talk about my current stance on the Amico. I feel like I'm rambling a ton. My stance on the Amico now, not the guy yesterday. Things have changed a bit. Am I still skeptical of it succeeding? Yes. But guess what? Tommy Tallarico is in no way stupid. He's done a lot of things in his career. Electric Playground, the music productions he does, He's done a lot of things. Tommy Tallarico's not stupid. Tommy Tallarico, and I know it's probably weird for you, Tommy, me talking about you in a third person when you're probably watching this, and I appreciate you watching this. Again, you're doing the right thing. Ground up, you're in the community, you're responding, letting people know. Tommy Tallarico, again, not stupid. He knows the fight he's in for. He knows that the Intellivision, he's got great. That's why he's got hired great people. That's why he's building this up. That's why he's got the exclusives. He knows the fight, It's not like PlayStation 5 could come out. We've seen this with bots consoles. The name alone will sell millions minimum. The PlayStation will never sell less than 1 million, even if it's shitty. So, but the Intellivision doesn't have the luxury of riding on that name. Tommy, he knows it's an uphill battle. He's not stupid. He understands that. But part of that uphill battle is if you can kill misinformation, obviously you're going to do that. I'm rambling, sorry. But, my stance is the Intellivision is, from a likelihood of succeeding, uphill battle, it could fail. It's more likely to fail, in my opinion. I don't want it to fail. At all. But guess what? Actually, I think because it's not some this generic Android console that it's just it has no vision behind it. It exists for the point of existing. That's not this. This has a vision behind it. It has an idea behind it that stands out. And also, something I forgot to mention, but guess what? And I believe Tommy, he talked about it before, but he brought it up in an Unlisted video that made me think, oh yeah, now I remember. That this isn't some, again, not Android console. This is in-house production, This is being created in-house, this hardware. That's a huge bonus. They got developers in-house. The Intellivision is not the Ouya. The Ouya, that thing sucked, And now Tommy's a nice guy. He'll never say it sucks, He's a nice guy. He knows people in the industry. The Ouya sucks. I got the Ouya sitting in my closet. I deeply regret it. It was $50 wasted on my part. A horrible mistake. It's not the Ouya. It's not the Atari VCS, which in my opinion, the reason it came out is they had no vision, and they panicked. They tried to make it more powerful. Maybe they're trying to do something. Again, it's definitely not the Coleco Chameleon either. You have this console. It doesn't have a Kickstarter. It's investment. This is an industry-made console, right? It's not Kickstarter. You'll never raise enough money on Kickstarter that you actually need to make a good console. You won't raise $3 million is not enough to make a console. Tommy Tallarico knows this. He's a man of the industry. My stance, I want the Intellivision Amico to succeed. Tommy, I understand your passion, your drive, your goals, Tommy. I understand that. Tommy, here's what I want in my dream scenario of the Intellivision Amico. And yep, by the way, I think there's at least 25 to 35% chance out of 100 that it will succeed. That's good. The Atari VCS has 0 chance of penetrating the console market. 0. this has a high chance. It might be higher than that, 40% maybe. Maybe in down the road when it starts heavily ramping up marketing, I will gladly come back and hype it up if I think it's going to be great. In my dream scenario, though, I want the Amico to come out. I want it to succeed. And more than that, and Tommy wants it to make money. He wants it to succeed, obviously. Sell a bunch of units. That's part of it. It's important. But I think what Tommy wants and what I want 20 years from now, I want people to be reflecting on their childhood. Thinking about the great memories they had with their parents. Thinking about, oh man, remember when I played, in certain television game, Snafu maybe. I like Snafu. That's my favorite Intellivision game. Although admittedly, I've never played it on real hardware. It's been on in a television plug and play I have, and the Intellivision Lives collection I have on the Xbox original. So, but insert any multiplayer family couch co-op game. I want people to be reflecting on the past, thinking about, man, the great memories I got with my family, with my parents, with my dad, my mom. Playing games, because that is missing, You don't have that anymore, Two 20-year-old bros might be online gaming, But, I try to get my dad to play Halo. He can't figure out the thumbsticks, There's a certain divide of people who they can't look around and move at the same time. I hope the Intellivision Amico bridges the gap. I will buy one if it turns out great. Exclusive games, that's a huge bonus. That's one of the most important things, okay? The pricing is right. The standing out is right. So from a marketing standpoint, I think you're doing probably the best route you could. And by the way, the whole no mature games thing, some people kind of shit on that. Guys, besides those Wheel to Tully Poon games, back in the day, you really didn't have too many mature games, I think, what was it, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was maybe one of them. That was, the handful. Those stand out, so it's fine. That's not going to really limit it. That doesn't limit it, because those games weren't going to be mature anyway. That benefits it from a marketing standpoint. That doesn't limit it. So, I wouldn't worry about that. Now, I am rambling a lot, and I do apologize. There's quite a bit. 12 and a half minutes. I'm going to quickly pull up the comment section if there's anything I want to address real quick. And again, I apologize for the ramble. The lot of repetition. This is not well structured, and I do apologize. Data, not my opinion. Good job. You laid it out well. Again, the system is aimed at casual non-games. I understood that marketing, Now, can you grab that? Can you penetrate that market? Because if you can, I think, the Wii penetrated that market. If you can penetrate that market, that's the difficult part. Penetrating that market and getting it to succeed there. That market's there. I will never deny that market is there. And Nintendo Switch does not fulfill that market. Pat was wrong, You might have a game on there you can play with your kid. But no, soccer mom, and again, not meant to be disparaging. They're not playing the Nintendo Switch. Can you picture, your old parents, buying a Switch, figuring out the Joy-Cons, And, Tommy, when I said the Colt, I got that wrong, Smash JT, I probably wouldn't say it's part of the cult now that I know, he initially had criticism and stuff. I have my issues with Smash JT. I wouldn't consider him part of that cult. That cult probably exists, every group has the bad people. Every group's got the bad people. That's not representative of you. That's a small percentage. They all got it. So that cult idea, and again, upon learning that the attack and stuff wasn't real, I'm going to walk away from the idea of the cult. Again, I went in this video with a more negative mindset than I should have. The Intellivision Amico is interesting, and I will say one more thing. And when I go to render this and when I go to upload this, I'm going to think, oh, damn it, why didn't I think of that? You know, this isn't the well-structured video. You know, I could have written a script, so I'm probably going to forget things, and I apologize for that, you know. God damn it. What was I going to say? I'm going to have to edit this part up. Oh, I remember now. I'm sorry. Rambling, you know. And I'm not bringing politics at all into this. I take the James Wolfe approach, you know, avoid that on the channel. But it's kind of like the idea, you know, people always say an independent can never win. They just can't win. Millions of people won't vote for an independent because in their head, millions of people won't vote for an independent. Of course, that's not true. If 80 million people decided to vote for an independent or third party, they would win, you know. It's kind of the same thing with this, you know. You can't, they always say, you know, you can't beat the big dogs in the console race. But of course that's not true. It's not like the Intellivision Amico inherently objectively, from a universal standpoint, this can't succeed. If people buy it, it'll succeed. So if people support it, it'll succeed. And again, Tommy, he's not going to I'm sorry. Again, try not to cuss. Tommy Tallarico's goal, at least from what I've seen, it's not to defeat Microsoft and Sony and become number one. The Intellivision Amico can almost serve as a secondary console option. You know, you have your PlayStation or whatever for exclusives and the AAA games, and the games that won't run are allowed on the Intellivision Amico. The Intellivision Amico is its own thing. So I could see it as a great secondary option, which is great exclusives, its own type of game. It's kind of like when you go back and you play a second generation console, like a Atari, a Intellivision, Coleco, even, I mean, want to get really far, Vectrex or something, unique experience that can't be emulated today. Well, the Intellivision Amico can bring its own unique experience, you know. And that's a good market. And I'll end you with this, an analogy that Tommy Tallarico used. It was like, you know, you have like the Ferrari, right? And that's like some great vehicle. Well, the Intellivision Amico, it's riding a bike, you know. It's a different thing. You can't go as fast as the Ferrari, but that's not the point of riding a bike, you know. It's slow. It does its own thing. You get the air, you get the outside, you know. That's a good analogy. And, you know, I've rambled. Repetition has flown. This video is too long. I just wanted to make this, you know. Again, apologize for misinformation. Wasn't intentional. I've always held more of a positive Amico stance. That video, bad mindset, came from too negative a stance, you know. It's okay to be skeptical of its possibility to succeed, but being negative like that, you know, that wasn't the right approach. It's nothing like the Ouya. Anyway, this has been my second Amico video, and probably not the last Amico video. I hope to see what they do, you know. I'll hopefully have another Amico video at some point. Alright, have a good one.